TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.
You called us once again on a wonderful but chilly cold Sunday afternoon outside. You're tuned in to Talk Show Kings. I'm going to introduce the Kings, and we're going to get this show started. We're going to not take a whole lot of time, but let's get it started, Ty Carr.
I'm King Ty Carr from Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston in the building.
Yes, sir.
All day.
ATL Doc from ATL. Born and raised on the west side, family. Simpson Woods. Y'all hear me?
All day.
Pedro Peter Grace, and I'm from Miami, Florida.
Miami in the house.
Miami,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
And the swag doctor himself.
Absolutely. And I'll be your host tonight. I'm Minister Lundy, Talk Show King host Lundy, and I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, by way of Macon, Bibb County, the Mac Town, what they call it, from what I heard. But we're going to get into a wonderful show tonight. If you all have been tuned in to the entertainment news, and we're talking about Dwyane Wade. Dwyane Wade has a 12-year-old son/daughter. And the reason why I say /daughter, because he approached them, and he wanted to change from transgender from male to female. Social media lit him up about it, and Dwyane Wade and his wife Gabrielle Union decided to, hey, look, this is his choice. He want to live in his own truth, so we're going to support our son. We want to know what you think, and we're going to get some examples from the Kings and what they think of how the Wade should handle their son, Zaya now. He was born Zaire, but now she's Zaya. And who would like to start off first on that topic?
I personally think that, it's her decision. She has both of her parents supporting her 100%. So, that's all on them.
Right.
If she chooses to go that route, then, that's her decision,
Well, let me ask this right here. At 12 years old, do you think she can make that decision, or is she?
Yeah, I think so, because I have a cousin, she's gay, she's in that community, and she decided, she wanted to go that route at a young age, so I'd say there's nothing wrong with it at all,
Right. So you would support her as transgender,
Yeah,
and you will call your 12-year-old son your daughter now.
Yeah, if that's
because I had this conversation with somebody else before we went on the air, and they said they would have a problem with calling their 12-year-old son born a boy. Hey, honey, how you doing? Now, girl, you better get over here. As opposed to 6 or 7 years ago, you were saying, boy, you better stop. Boy, get out off that tree. Now you're saying, honey, come here, girl.
Like I said, at the end of the day, that's their family,
Absolutely.
They're supporting their daughter now,
absolutely.
So
Doc?
that's all that matters at the end of the day.
In the famous words of Bishop Bullwinkle, hell to the no. Hell no. I agree with Dwyane Wade and Gabrielle Union still loving him.
Yeah.
However, at 12 years old,
Yes.
you ain't got enough sense to know you can't eat sugar all day.
Yeah.
So
And that's my
there's no
problem.
way.
Yeah,
Now,
absolutely.
if he was 18, 19 and made that decision, then maybe. Now, the changing of the name and the this, that, and the other, maybe. But I wouldn't let him have no surgery at 12.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, there's no way I would, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, if he got older and made that decision, then, you know, it is what it is.
Because, you
But-
have to consent to it as the parent.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
At 12
Yeah.
years
No,
old, that's
that's
just
what
too
I'm
young.
thinking, too.
At
That's
12
too
years
young.
old, you know, you still playing with G.I. Joe
Yeah.
or Barbie or whatever. But I'm just saying that that's too young, in my opinion,
Yeah, it is.
to make
Me
such a
too.
huge decision.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, again, the Wade and Mr. Wade, Miss Young, you know, Mr. and Mrs. Wade, I ain't got a problem with the way they treat their son. Because when I heard the suicide rate of the gay community, it changed my whole everything, because I would never want a person to feel so bad about themselves that they want to harm themselves.
Right.
However, my son, no. No.
Right.
I mean, I just can't see it. My mind can't envision that.
Yeah.
And if I had to deal with it, hopefully I would be mature enough to handle it where I wouldn't damage my son mentally. Because, you know, I ain't going to hurt him physically.
Yeah.
But I just can't see it at that age. That's just way too young, you know?
Way too young.
Exactly.
That's definitely the same way I feel. I think that 12 years old, for him to make a decision, say, well, call me a girl now.
Yeah, I feel you on that one.
What if in 2 years, for one unfavorable reason, he changed his mind?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And say, well, you know,
Exactly.
I've
When you 12,
experienced that.
it's
Yeah,
one thing, but when you
exactly.
16 and Shawty walk by and you like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I mean, now, I ain't saying that's going to happen,
Right.
because I don't know. Again, you know how I feel about the homosexuality thing.
right.
I don't know how he feels on the inside, and
Yeah,
I'm not trying to dictate to him how he feels. I'm just saying to have any kind of major surgeries would be out of the question for me.
Yeah.
At my son at 12.
So-
Let me give a shout out to Tyree Rand, one of my good friends in the military. Marcus Ford, hey, bro, keep doing what you're doing. Kenneth KJ is watching. It said we have 9, but I
Thank you,
only see
KJ.
those 3. And I know if KJ watching, then Lauren watching. So I want to give a shout out to y'all. Much love, family, and everybody else watching. Much love. If I see your name pop up, then you know I'll give you a shout out. So
Shout
say
out to
something to me.
everybody. Yeah, shout out to
KJ
everybody
said,
watching.
yeah, KJ said I would have a hard time with that one. Yeah, plus K3 is what, 2 months? Yeah, he said, "Goo daddy, I want to be a girl." He's like, no.
So,
My godson.
So age do y'all feel is appropriate?
When he grown and out my house.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Not 12. What you think, Pedro?
No, I think it's a lot of things. You sometimes when you get in that corporate world and you have endorsements, they can curve your belief, just so that you won't be offensive to other people. And then the one thing, like I said, how they're forcing it to the point where they're forcing it on kids. If you remember Empire, how much gay activity,
Jamal,
yeah, and cartoons too. So I
That's
don't,
a gay superhero cartoon.
yeah. So then, right there, it's telling us give the kids a chance to develop their own decisions instead of being so influential. You know, there was a time they wouldn't show a nipple on TV. Now they're showing nipples. I mean, it's getting to the point where, like we were talking last segment, they're shaping and forming the beliefs and the morals.
Definitely. TV definitely plays a huge part in the social dynamics that we see. And whatever it's normalized on TV, people seem to believe. I mean, the advertising that we get both knowingly and subliminally, people don't really notice a lot of things that they turn normal until it's actually normal. I mean, this whole homosexuality thing has been being normalized for quite a while. There's actually I tap to remember stuff. My name is Doc and I can talk. Okay. There's actually a society for men and boy love or something to that effect that I saw. That's trying to normalize.
They're trying to normalize that.
Child molestation. And I'm like, these people have lost their effing mind. Because, no, I can't see it.
No.
Charles only says parents are allowing children to be the parent and want the parent to be the child. I ain't mad at you, family.
What's up, Charles?
No life decision should be made by a 12-year-old. What's next? They can't even choose their class schedule at school. Boom, I figure, at 12, are they changing classes yet? But I feel you on that one. At 12 years old, you don't know nothing. Hell, at 20 years old, you barely know something. So at 12, you definitely don't know nothing.
And the thing
But
about
again,
this is there's no peer pressure whatsoever, because a lot of kids are pressured into a lot of decisions. But with Zaire, and I call Zaire out of respect for their family, she says that she's been this way, Doc. This is her truth. She also made the statement that she wouldn't even want to live on this earth if she couldn't live out her truth. And her truth is that she is a little 12-year-old girl. That's her truth. But how can you fathom that and make that decision at 12, Doc?
Exactly.
That you a 12-year-old girl when you were born a boy.
To me, that statement says a lot, though. I wouldn't want to live on this earth if I couldn't. To me, that's a suicidal statement.
I was going to say something tragic must have happened or something in order for her
Then she got entertained like Lil Nas X that went on social media and backed her and saying, hey, it's going to be tough, but you can do it,
Yeah, well, again, I'm not saying that I wouldn't support or still love my child, but there wouldn't be any surgeries allowed is the only thing I can say. I mean, if he wanted to wear dresses and be called Zaya or whatever, I mean, it would rub me wrong, but I would do it.
Right.
But especially if they talking that suicidal stuff.
Right.
But no surgeries and all that, no hormones and all that.
Hurt somewhat?
Possibly, possibly. But at the end of the day, it's her decision. If that's how she feels, then that's.
But when we were 12, and still some 12-year-olds, they don't get an opportunity to make any decision.
I feel you on that one.
Right, yeah.
I feel you on that one.
If your mama brings spinach and okra home,
guess what you gonna eat? You gonna eat spinach or starve? And you gonna eat it with the beating, or you gonna eat it after you beat? But you gonna eat.
After you don't have no decision to say, well, Mom,
Exactly.
Mom, I'm really not trying to eat spinach.
Exactly.
Okra.
Hey, I threw my okra away because I cannot stand boiled okra.
Yeah.
My mama, and look, when I threw it away, I tried to dump the ashtray on top of it and put a cereal box on it. I sit there at the table. My mama came in and said, boy, I know your ass ain't ate that okra. Looked in the trash, got it rinsed it off, and stood behind it, made me eat it. Hit me with a belt. Everything. Pop. I ate that damn okra though. Okay. Tyrese says, I recently found out my best homie from the age of 12 had been battling with speaking out about wanting to be a woman. Yeah. He had it almost 30 years and finally came out. I never thought a kid at that age had the mindset to make that decision until my homegirl told me. Still hurts me to this day that his or her decision. I think a kid can make that decision for themselves. I ain't mad at you, but again, at 12 years old, I'm not letting my son make that, son or daughter make a decision on surgery. That's my thing.
Yeah.
Now, once they get out my house, they can do whatever they want to do, and I support them. But in my house, I'm not allowing surgery for a 12 for any year-old. I mean, in my house, America is a democracy, but my house is a dictatorship, and I'm the archbishop. So, I just can't see it. I mean,
so like I said,
Dolores Peoples, how you doing? We see you. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying. So if it was me, I would support my kid. But like you said, I'm not consenting to any surgeries. That's something that you just gonna have to do on your own.
Exactly. When you get out,
I would support my kid, but I would also let him know I ain't with it. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm not gonna kick you out the house, but I ain't with that, and I don't agree with it. And this is why I feel it's wrong. I'll take and open up the Bible, show him scripture, and I'll let him know, I'm only gonna support you because blah blah blah. But I just want you to let you know I don't believe in that. I ain't with it, and when I state it in front of the press, I'm gonna stay firm to my belief and morals, and I'm not gonna just say what I feel the corporate or my endorsers or be politically correct because of how much money I'm getting. Or how many business partners I have that might disagree and then ban me or black book me.
I don't know if that's behind the Wayne's decision, the Wade's decision.
Yeah.
But I do know that loving your child has to be first. And you can show me the Bible all day long. But if it said that a man and a woman was wrong, it wouldn't matter to me because I'm attracted to a woman.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yeah.
again, if a man is attracted to a man, letting them read something ain't gonna change that attraction.
No,
You know,
no.
I mean, so
That-
that just is what it is. You can tell me whatever you want to tell me, but I like women. I like women with a passion.
Right.
So I can read whatever you want me to read.
Right.
But when I leave your presence,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be with a woman.
And
That's me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So if he feels that way toward another dude, it is just not in me to say you don't feel like that.
Right.
Read this
Yeah,
book,
absolutely
and
right.
this book says this, so you don't feel it. No, I can't
Right.
tell a person how to
Because
feel.
worst case scenario, you'll push them closer to that
you'll push them away.
situation than
Yeah.
anything.
So,
and
you
then,
know,
and
I
then,
said
and-
I had a
Now-
family member like that. My cousin was like that. You know, my
Yeah.
aunt kept.
Yeah,
trying
beating
to-
him with the Bible.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
stuff
yeah,
like that.
but that's why where a lot of people who believe in the Bible and are Christian based or faith based, they lose the people who are out in the world because of love. That's the first thing you have to do is love. That's the
I feel
first
you on
thing.
that one.
So regardless if I don't agree with you, I still love you.
I feel
You
on
know
that
what I'm
one.
saying?
Yeah, but how do you treat the person? How do you make
Yeah.
the person feel about themselves? How do I feel about us going to break?
Girl,
And
man,
that's exactly what we're doing. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to go pay some bills. And
Queen
if-
Falcon in the building. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. And if you celebrated Valentine's Day and you went and got her that special gift, but you did not go to Burt's Jewelers, then you did it all wrong. Take it back and go to Burt's Jewelers. Burt's Jewelers is an open indicator in Flat Shoals Road. Go check out the nice jewelry, the rings, the watches. Burt has a lot to offer. So go check him out and tell him.
Talk Show King sent you.
We set you up.
Having big fun on TV 1061. We'll be back in a minute, family.
Absolutely.
You dig?
Welcome to Burke's Jewelry. How may I help you?
We're looking for engagement rings.
We offer a wide selection. However, I believe we have just what you're looking for. Burke's Jeweler is your family's jeweler at 491 Flat Shoals Avenue Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia 30316 in East Atlanta Village.
Check it. Listen. Hey boo, this a surprise for you. Love is like a maze that God had to guide me through. Yes, I pray, but still amazed that He gave me you to keep you happy. Ain't no limits, what I gotta do. This love is tried and true. Remember on our first date, conversation deep in heaven, felt the earth shake. On the second date is when it really got crazy. Ride from the beach, I asked you to be my lady. You said yes, and you been my baby ever since. I was fully convinced that this love was heaven sent. Cause you don't ask for much, all you wanna do is chill. For real, I'ma spoil you when I get that first meal. And it's so ill, cause we each other's biggest fan. Share it on Facebook, I'ma post this on my Instagram. I love you, girl, hey, I promise it's another level. I took some time to write some rhymes to let you know you special. If you fall, I catch you, yeah, I've been hurt before. But I learned from Monica, not to take it personal. We make a great team when we work in ministry. Ain't no problems too hard for God, girl, we got chemistry. And every promise that I made, I intend to keep. Wanna see you smiling ear to ear, showing plenty teeth. Them pretty teeth. Girl, you know just how I love to eat.
Wrong show, my bad. What's up, family? What's up, family? We want to give a shout out to Mr. Felix Washington, our executive producer.
Felix.
We want to give a shout out to Mr. Marcus Gibbons.
Hey,
our-
Marcus.
Our Marcus Gibbons back there in the back making all this happen. And want to give a shout out to Shantae doing her thing on social media.
Barksdale.
Definitely. Let me give us a few comments out here. Janice Bridges, Forts, Miss Falcon Queen, shoe game is on point. Hey, thank you, Janice, for joining us. Angie Gorham says, I think they know because they're still pure at heart. They haven't been tainted by society or even their parents' beliefs. Just my opinion. Angie, stop. Ain't no just my opinion. Man, your opinion is just as important as ours or anybody else's. So, yeah, you keep throwing your opinion on here. I appreciate it. And don't be talking to Reed, you talking to us. This ain't Reed's show. Don't you talking to Reed for? I'm just playing. What's up, crew? Artie is watching. Thanks you for watching, Arthur Johnson. We was talking about Dwayne Wade and Dwayne Wade's situation with his son. Now, I remember a minute ago when Magic Johnson had a commercial with he and his son. And his son had a basketball or something with Magic, his wife, his daughter, and his son, I believe. Right. And then next thing I know, his son was like, it's this flamboyantly gay guy. Yeah, open. And I never heard Magic say anything about it because I'm sure Magic loves his son. However, that initial blow has to hurt. Yeah. I mean, because you want your son to bring your legacy. You want him to bring, to keep your name, to keep your bloodline going. So that in itself has to be a blow.
And especially when your son is born and he turns out to be 6'7", 6'8", And the first thing you think about is, I got me a basketball player.
And then his dad, Dwayne Wade. So of course, the Wade out there dunking on people still at 40. So
and it's a lot of athletes that do have gay offspring. A lot of them. A lot of them don't come to the media. A lot of them say anything about it, but it's a lot of pro athletes that have gay offspring that we never even hear about. Just so fortunate that Dwayne Wade's son is openly gay and he wants to be addressed as a transgender woman, a 12-year-old girl. And like you said, Doc, maybe if he got up to 18 or 21 years old, he can make that firm executive decision. Because to me, that's exactly what it is. That's an executive decision. Yeah. And 12-year-olds should not be allowed to make executive decisions in such a manner that will affect your whole life.
Definitely.
If that does happen.
Definitely. My thing, again, hey, he could do the dress and all this kind of stuff. It would irk me, but I would tolerate it. But I couldn't allow the surgery. That's just where I would draw the line. Tyree says, what up, Angela? I told y'all I'll start talking to you there on my show, all right? Charles only says, loving your child is second, loving and obeying God is first. As long as your child is living under your roof, it's what the parents say. Now, when they are on their own, they can do what they want to do. Lil Nas X needs to have several seats because pushing a satanic agenda on our children ain't of God. Now, if you're a religious person, Charles, then hey, I'm all for you, do you. However, you can't push your beliefs and your religious beliefs on others, even if it is your child. If you think you control any other human being, you're really gonna be surprised. Right. T.D. Jakes has a homosexual son. T.D. Jakes. So, I mean, it's not necessarily that it's anybody necessarily pushing a satanic agenda, as you call it, on them. It's just that's who they're attracted to.
Yeah,
and whether you call them whatever you like, if you want to demonize them, that's cool, bro. Do you? However, keep your opinion to yourself and don't try to make others feel bad because you see it a certain way. That's all I say.
Everybody not gonna see it the same.
Exactly. Way. As long as they ain't coming on to you, then let them live their life. That's how I feel about it. At least I just don't feel like everybody should. And
this young man has already taken a beating on social network anyway.
And kids are cruel as hell, so think about what he's going through in school.
That's the reason why Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade are defending their son because he's getting killed on social media.
And I'm sure he's having a hard time in school.
Speaking his truth.
Exactly.
That's just like if I had a truth, if you had a truth, a lot of us have truths, even at our ages, that we don't even speak. Right. Nobody knows about certain truths that we keep hide. But this young man is saying he'd rather not even live and have to hide his truth. And that sounds very suicidal.
Yeah, I was going to say, earlier something tragic had to happen in order for him to say that.
Absolutely.
Or it could have been whatever he took, whatever he allowed in his eye gates, whatever songs he allowed, which again is being pushed in the media. It's being pushed to the forefront. You got Young Thug wearing dresses. You got Will Smith's son who signed a $100 million deal to do the women's clothing line for Calvin Klein, I believe. And then you have Lil Nas X, who's #1, and it seems it's being pushed and it's being forced into where it could form and shape the kids' belief system at 12 years old. Now, I remember we didn't have a choice to express what we. Go pick that paper. Why, Dad? Because I said so. Yeah. And that was the end of it.
Wasn't no why, Dad, with me.
And then I remember a couple times I'm standing like this with my hand on my hip, and my dad or my big brother slapped my hand off my hip. Don't stand like that. Stand like a man. So that shaped and formed what decisions I made, and it put a bitter taste in my mouth when I seen someone with a broken wrist. But the other agenda wasn't force-fed. See, the problem, what I feel is, if we allow and don't stand up for our belief systems, before you know it, pedophiliac and like you were saying, the secret society with men who feel it's okay to sleep with children, that's gonna come to the forefront. And now here we're gonna be dealing with that. It's going on now. You know how many people are getting exposed for child molestation and you know?
Yeah. Well, see, again, that goes to the whole thing of choice. I don't believe sexuality is a choice. I firmly don't. Because I know for me, I can only speak for me. I can't even speak for the people next to me.
Right.
It was never a choice to me. I've never looked at a little boy and a little girl and had to choose which one of them I wanted to touch. It's just not in me to you know, I mean, two dudes kissing makes me want to vomit, you know? But I defend their right to do it. You know, just don't do it in front of me. You know, I don't want to see that shit, but y'all can do y'all. You know, I mean, okay, I want to get into a few more comments.
And they letting him go to gay pride parades.
I mean, you can support something without necessarily being a part of it.
Right.
Just because I'm speaking, just like now, just because I'm speaking out saying that if you're gay, then do you. That's not saying that I want my kids to be gay or anything to that effect.
But
I'm just saying that I'm not going to try to harm another person for how they see things.
Right.
You know, Doc, I'm surprised they have a crown to fit your head. Love you. hey, we had this specially made and helicoptered in. You know, hey, I got a big head. I know that. This is a problem with our generation. We're not open-minded, and just because our parents raised us that way, my way or the highway may not be the best for the next generation. Facts. That's why they call it unconditional love.
But maybe
your
they should
love,
bring it back then to my way, the highway.
Your love,
because now it's getting ridiculous.
You love your children unconditionally no matter what. If your son went to prison for murder, are you going to stop loving them? If it's, that's Artie. Shelby Carter says, it is definitely being pushed through the media and forced into the psyche of those who become susceptible. But see, that to me, that's still saying choice. From the earliest I can remember. I can only speak for me. I've never had to choose a boy or a girl. Just never had to. If for whatever reason, I was just drawn to girls. Exactly. I never even saw a guy who I thought was cute.
Nah.
You know, I mean, it just ain't me. You know, I mean, like when I was little, I was in Head Start before kindergarten, right? I remember I had a teacher named Ron, and at the time I had no idea what gay was, but I know he acted so weird, and it bugged me. And my dad said, like, you didn't like him. He was like, you didn't want him to touch you, you didn't want him to teach you nothing, you didn't want him to talk to you. I had I don't remember having those reactions to him, but I do remember him by name. I was, 3-4 years old when Head Start. I can remember this guy's face. I can remember his miniature afro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so I'm saying I was exposed to it at a young age, but I still thought something was wrong with it. I thought it was weird, thought it was off, you know? Even then I had a little girlfriend, you know what I mean? I just, how you cats, have you ever?
No,
I mean,
never.
have you ever, has there ever been a choice for you?
Never. It's never been a choice.
That makes sense.
Always been attracted to females.
It's something that's in a person's life that I mean, just like Zaire, you know, we'll never know what makes a person attracted to men or what makes a person attracted. Well, we as men know what makes us attracted to women.
Right.
And from the very first beginning, it's the outer appearance.
Yes.
You know, see, at first, we don't care. I don't care if you can't read and write. But you fine is all I know. You know what I'm saying? I got nothing to do with you.
That is so true.
Grade.
That is so true.
Our physical
Yes.
IQ is the first thing we see.
You're right.
Yes.
Now, cause you stutter, we learn that second.
I feel you on that one.
Okay, so we second.
Yes.
So when these guys are 12 years old saying they gay, we got to ask ourselves, man, where did that come from? You know, where?
I mean, because we don't understand it.
Exactly.
Because we don't understand
don't
it.
even know. Psychiatrists say that she was born gay, or she ate some eggs and turned gay, or she had some gay ribs, or some gay ham, you know, some gay bacon.
Hey, they were talking about.
They'll never know.
They were talking about a prostate exam, right? Yeah. I was like, I got it from a comedian friend of mine named Daryl Dam, one of the funniest cats out there. If you get a chance to go see Daryl Dam, check him out.
Yeah.
But he was like, I can't get no prostate exam because I don't know if it's a gay button in there, but you ain't digging around in mine trying to find it. I would die laughing.
Just never know.
Exactly.
But you have to respect me, though.
Right. And
Homosexual used to be a mental diagnosis, and it was said that it came from early trauma, either sexual or physical.
Yeah.
Now, it has changed somewhat because, but most other people that I know who are homosexual were abused in one way or another at an early age.
Right.
Now, I don't know how that would lead to that type of behavior because I know a lot of people who were abused and that, you know, they still never mess with them.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say because something tragic must have happened, you know, in order for
and everybody reacts differently to a traumatic
Right,
But see, I don't think that everybody who got that kind of trauma. Just think something more like that.
Some people
live through that.
Yeah.
You know, you can be molested as a child, but that don't mean you're going to go out and molest somebody.
Exactly.
Right.
I feel you on that one.
So a lot of people say, well, I was molested as a child, so I just went out and did it because it happened to me. No. And I listened to Bishop Jakes one time. He was talking about this guy who was an alcoholic. This guy's father was an alcoholic, and his father was an alcoholic. Well, the brother was out drinking one night, and they said, hey, come on, man, you ain't drinking nothing. He said, no, I'm not drinking. See, because my daddy was an alcoholic, and his daddy was an alcoholic. I'm going to break the chain.
I feel you on
I
that one.
don't drink at all. So see if you break the cycle.
I was gonna say it's also
You know,
a mental
absolutely.
thing too, as
The
well.
cycle can be broken.
Now, I don't know if my parents going to sue me, but, you know, I always say that. My mama and dad smoked weed like crazy. When my mom was pregnant with me, and I turned out okay. Okay, just playing. But if you know something, if you think that something can have you going a certain way, or you have an addictive personality or something to that effect, then to me it don't make sense to try it. But that's just my opinion. Andy says, Doc, I believe people were born that way. You don't become gay by watching certain shows or movies or eating certain foods. People need to stop. I agree with you, Andy. Shelby Carter,
joke, by the way.
sometimes it's a choice, such as after a traumatic event, behavior changes. And yes, people can be born gay, be born that way. I feel you, Shelby. Again, I know of people who had traumatic experiences, and yeah, they say that changed their views toward whatever. But yeah, I just don't know. I mean, that is the honest to goodness truth for me. Is I don't
can't-
know, and I don't want to pass judgment, because
absolutely.
passing judgment, you make people hate themselves.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call somebody a demon or anything to that effect because of their sexual preference,
And-
because I don't know.
Yeah, and I, like you said, I don't know. I have mixed feelings because every time I was in the labor room while someone was having a baby, I always heard the
Every
baby.
time?
Well, you know, there was like 3 times, but I never heard a baby. I always heard the baby come out and say, "Wah, wah." I ain't never heard a baby come out and say, "Wah." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they have girl babies too. So
But I ain't never heard a male baby.
I can't agree with her saying that you were born gay. I just refuse to believe that. You know, that you were born gay.
I mean, they have gay animals.
You only born
That's true.
you only born 2 ways. You born male or you born female.
Yeah, and a gay man is still a male.
Whatever
A gay
happens,
female is still a female.
whatever happens in between that time that you go from birth to 12 years old, so to speak, is something that has to have initiated within your family core. You know, within that family core. You know, if you 2 years old and you got a G.I. Joe man, and you play him that G.I. Joe man for 2 or 3 years, some of your mind gonna click that you want to be G.I. Joe. Whatever you playing, when you ever played with something and then wanted to be what it is you were playing with, like we used to grow up. I had a pencil head. So my nickname in high school was Ultraman.
I remember that show.
I remember
Ultraman.
I can see it when you say it too. I can see it too.
But Ultraman gonna take a break right now.
Oh, I was gonna get some of these comments.
Right back, and we're gonna let Doc get to the comments, but we're going to pay some bill. And once again, do not forget Burke's Jewelers. Go by, check him out, and tell him Talk Show King sent you.
Talk Show
We'll be
King.
right back.
Flat Show Road, family.
Welcome to Burke's Jewelry. How may I help you?
We're looking for engagement rings.
We offer a wide selection. However, I believe we have just what you're looking for. Burke's Jeweler is your family's jeweler at 491 Flat Shoals Avenue Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia 30316 in East Atlanta Village.
Hi, this is Bill Duke, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network.
Hi, I'm Harry Lennox, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network.
We're so glad that you tuned in. We're going to finish up with our topics. We're going to let Doc go to the phone lines, and we're going to read some messages.
Okay, Kimberly Williams says it's a pathology. It's a pathology. Someone has to break it, but you have to be strong enough and willing and wanting. Okay. Angie says, my mother was an alcoholic, but I'm not dodging alcohol because of it. I know I'm predisposed to it, but I would never put my kids through things I went through. I feel you on that one. Boy, stop with the gay stereotypes. Here's you talking that one on, Angie. I'm a faithful wine drinker. I feel you. I'm a faithful Long Island drinker. but I ain't never been high in my life, and I never will be if, unless somebody puts some shit in my drink or something like that and don't know it. I just can't do it because the shit I've seen, I can't imagine doing. I've seen some of the strongest cats I know of get on crack, and then next thing you know, they out there doing all kind of crazy shit for the track.
So Snoop Dogg walked in here right now and say, "Hey nephew, hit this bomb."
No, They're just like they be talking that gay shit. Like, would you wear a dress on TV for $1 billion? No. They don't print no money for me to wear a dress. Now, I'm not dogging nobody who does, but that just ain't my thing. What up, Mika? You late, but I'm glad you're with us.
Mika?
We gonna jump to the next topic, right? Now, the next topic is...
Absolutely. What's that next topic?
The next topic is something I really want to talk about, right? I got a feed on my Facebook that says, it says, why men don't marry? Because there's nothing in it for them. It says, what exactly does marriage offer men today? Men know there's a good chance they'll lose their friends, their respect, their space, their sex life, their money if it all goes wrong, even their family. So I want to touch on that, family, because that's some deep shit to say. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to just throw that out there like that. So let me know what you think. What is it? Is there something in marriage these days, for men as well as women? What's your point of view on this, women?
Why don't men get married? Why do you think?
Why do I think? I think because of that fear. Because not necessarily fear of commitment, but fear of losing everything. Yeah. If you have a baby with a woman, right, and that's your child, you love that child to death, and the woman cheats on you and decides to leave,
Right.
Unless you can prove her unfit, she's going to get custody of that child.
Right.
So now you're not even going to see your child every day. You have to pay this woman a certain amount of money, and a lot of times it's a lot based on what your income is.
Right.
So you have to live below a certain level, even though you might make a nice piece of money.
Right.
And the whole idea of giving your control of your sex life to somebody else. Because, you know, married women still, you know, can say rape if they say no. You know, you can't force nobody to do nothing.
That's true.
So all that's kind of hard on you, you know. And they say, well, you got to get to know the person and this, that, and the other. There are no 100% whatevers.
Right.
I mean, me, I want to be married. I want the wife. I want the kids. I want a family atmosphere. But that's me, you know. I can't push that agenda on everybody. Representing well, Felix, keep up the good work. Peace and love, your brother for life, Andre Richardson. Andre Richardson giving you a shout out, Felix. You must have paid him, because there don't nobody like you. Sandra Patterson, yes, thanks. Sandra Smile, we see you, Sandra. Okay, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. It's all in your core beliefs. I believe that children are much stronger when they have a male and a female raiser. Yeah, and especially directly in the house.
Yeah.
Because I grew up with a single father, which made me strong. But at times, I can be a little on the rude side. I have no filters when it comes to talking.
Right.
It's not like I'm trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but whatever I see is the truth, it just comes out. I don't think about what I'm gonna say before I say it.
Right.
I'm just gonna tell you how I feel if you ask. Now, I keep my opinion to myself, but if you ask me, then I'm gonna tell you exactly what I'm thinking.
Right.
You know, I mean, but I think that's because my father didn't necessarily have that subtle whatever. He just was, you know, he gonna do him. That's my pop, you know, and I love him for it.
So let me ask you this question. Why do you think you're not married?
I'm not married because I'm the.
Son,
Hey, women like ugly men too.
When you are a man of a certain age,
Yeah.
you know,
I'm not married because, in
They
my
wanna know, they listen
in my strong opinion, I'm not married because I'm that quintessential good guy.
Right.
Women say they want a good guy, but I don't think they really do. You know, I think women want to
Yeah.
tame a dog, and that's why so many of them get hurt, because a dog is a dog for a reason. He got that label, a dog, for a reason.
And every woman has that very same mentality, is she couldn't do anything with him.
Yeah.
I got him now. I'm going to get him right. I'm
Yeah,
gonna set him
exactly,
straight.
exactly.
I'm going to make him how I want him. And it's just...
And then he ended up screwing over the same way he screwed over all the rest of them.
Absolutely.
But I don't think I'm married again because I'm that too nice guy. I'm the guy who I'm not finna chase up behind no woman. I'm not finna argue, fuss, fight. That ain't me. I want to spoil my woman rotten, but I want her to love me. I want her to to not take kindness for weakness. And that's what I find happens a lot with women. Like they want you to quote unquote put them in their place. But I feel like my woman place is next to me.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm a love her into acting how I would like her to act. I'm not going to beat her. I'm not going to yell at her. I'm not going to try to be her father, because she should have already been raised.
Right.
But on that same note, I'm going to treat her well, and I want it reciprocated. If it's not reciprocated, then, you know, okay, you know, you do you and I do me.
Then it don't make no sense to get married.
Exactly.
Marriage is an institution. And when you bring that institution together, it becomes a beautiful thing, and I'm here to tell you through the experience. It's a beautiful thing.
Say that, Pastor.
When you can connect with somebody, and you can connect when you poor, when you ain't got nothing, up until the mere fact that you get something. When you connect with a woman when you ain't got nothing, you know, and then you still connected when you finally get something, it makes it all better. And I don't care who the outside woman is, she can run up in your face every day telling you this and that. It's like a repellent, you know. Babe, I seen you coming a mile away. Sit down somewhere. There go the first lady sitting right there. See that first lady sitting right there?
Oh.
That's the first lady.
I ain't mad at you.
That's the same one breathing my nostrils when I couldn't even get out the car and walk. That the same one. But you get another woman to do that, and she'll look at you like, boy, you need some help. You know, you call anybody? You know, dial 911. But you got one to breathe in your nostrils. You hear what I'm saying?
I feel you, bro. I feel you.
Boy, stop.
You find that special connection.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Find that one. Yeah.
And nowadays, men are dealing with more options. Why would I want to get married and settle down when I have a plethora of women that's choosing me?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
I mean, it's definitely a lot. That how do I word this right? If vagina was a stock, it would be plummeting. Ain't that's what what Dave Chappelle said?
Yeah.
Because it's easy to get. I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
Now,
like you said,
a quality woman, that's not the same as just screwing. You know,
Yeah.
people don't understand that. It seems.
Yeah, but also, man, women and men are dealing with they love the idea of being married.
Yeah, I feel you on that one. But then it take work, bro.
But when you're married, I love the idea of the image that it portrays, but you ain't gonna tell me when to come home. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I don't feel like taking the kids to parent
Basketballs,
teachers,
all this kind of
parent
stuff.
teachers meetings.
I ain't finna turn no soccer mom.
Yeah.
And all this kind of stuff.
And I think a lot of successful marriage, well, yeah, I think I can get away with saying that. Well, no, I better not say that.
Hey, this talk show kings. Talk
I'll
kings.
just say this right here. I think that a lot of marriages that have two individuals in it, and they don't have children in the home. Say the children grown and gone and moved on. I think that the marriage sometimes become better successful as opposed to having 3 or 4 kids around the house, because a lot of times a dude will get it gets hectic, and you come home and he don't never come home no more, and he send a phone call, so let me speak to your mama. Hey baby, how's it going? I ain't never coming home.
Sound like Eddie Murphy. I mean,
And you go, why? I can't deal with all them kids. You got 4 of them, and none of them look like me. You know, because you went into a relationship with a woman with 4 or 5 kids, and none of them are yours. And guys are doing that.
I mean, in today's standard, in today's standard, it seems like, first of all, to me, it seems like the men today are not the men of yesterday. Men don't want to protect. Men don't want to provide.
Yeah.
Men want a woman to do for them instead of trying to do for her.
Yeah.
Men don't want to work every day and do this, that, and the other. They just going to have some woman, because women, especially black women, are the most educated and one of the most successful in today's era.
Yeah.
So a lot of guys are like, I'm gonna live off of her.
Yeah, absolutely.
My conscience, my docism, my me just won't allow that.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying I wouldn't be with a woman who made more than me, but I wouldn't be, even if she did, I would have to be able to contribute. I couldn't have a woman taking care of me.
Yeah.
My mind won't allow that.
Right.
It just won't.
Yeah, so one of the reasons why I feel like men don't get married is because obviously they're scared, and they will lose a lot of things. If divorce happens.
Yeah. Believe me, I understand that one.
Kids, financial things. They got to go through a whole bunch of things.
Yeah.
I know dudes who can't see their kids. Just they can't see their kids. Period.
Yeah.
I mean, over some drama. I mean, sometimes people don't realize how narcissistic a person can be, and by saying that I mean into themselves. There are some women who are so determined to hurt you, they'll keep your kids away, not realizing that they're hurting the kids just as much as they're hurting you.
Yeah.
But in order to hurt you, they'll break that bond.
Right.
And a child needs their father. I mean, it just is what it is.
Yeah, they've been doing this for years. Women using kids for in a chess game.
They
Exactly.
use them as pawns, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Against the man. And you go to court and you stand in front of those judges, and I had an incident where my cousin was going to child support, and the girlfriend wanted $700 a month because he had a decent job, but he told her, he said, "Look, I'll give you $450, $500. No, I don't want that. I want $700," and took him to court. And wound up getting $175.
You know, it's funny. I think I mentioned this on the show one time, but I had a friend of mine who I grew up with.
Yeah.
He was being real nice. Like, he was sending his child's mother a whole bunch of money and everything. She's like, "No, I want this. I want this." And then took him to court for child support, and come to find out, all he had to pay was like, I think it was like $50 or $75 a month, and we was laughing like, oh, that's what I get.
A lot of them listen to them friends or whatever. But, you know, a lot of times dudes ain't doing that. There's so many people out here who don't even know who their fathers are.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know, we have to acknowledge all of it. I want to hear some. I want to read some comments out here. Now, they haven't put any in, but I know it's on. I know y'all got to have some opinions on this.
Chime in.
Yeah, I got to hear.
Especially guys. Guys, why won't you marry these ladies? Ladies, why won't you marry these guys?
A friend of mine, I ain't gonna call Angie and Jody names, but they have the best relationship I've seen.
Right.
My sister is gay, and she and Brittany, she and her wife, they have a great relationship, in my opinion.
Right.
They always having fun. When nobody's bothering them, when nobody's, you know, in their relationship, nobody's in the house with them talking shit.
Right.
They, you know, always having fun. They always laughing and messing with each other and this, that, and the other. And I admire that about them. Now, I'm not saying that I agree with my sister being gay. I never will. But if she's happy, so I'm not going to try to do anything to block that. And I love Brittany just like a sister too. But I mean, they have a great relationship. They have a loving, enduring relationship. You know, so like I was talking about Jody and Angie, male, female. They have a great relationship. They just do. And from the time I met them, Jody has loved Angie like crazy, and vice versa. When they have bad times, I met them when I was in the military.
Okay.
I've been out 10 years, and I did 20 years in.
Right.
So I didn't know them the whole time I was in, but I knew them at least the last 10, I know. But I know they've been together for a long time, and I know that to see them interact is beautiful. And it's not that they always get along, because everybody has their disagreements.
Everybody has situations.
But they keep everybody out their business.
And
when they around each other, hey, you think everything was gravy. Now, Jody and Angie still can't play spades, but, you know, I mean, but the marriage is great, at least from what I can see.
Good.
Yeah, and I'm all for marriage, you know, again, especially if there are kids involved. If, you know, that's just me though. You know, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, but I feel growing up, a lot of us as children, we claim we hard, but we've been being heartbroken. So basically, we've been soft, pretending to be hard. Remember, you used to write those love letters, and then you put, "Do you like me?" Yes or no.
Yes or no.
And they send it back.
Yes or no.
They send it back. No. You get brokenhearted. Then you see your girlfriend with another dude in the 6th grade, and then you get brokenhearted. And then at 18, the finest female rejects you. The nice cheerleader rejects you. You get broken. By the time you put yourself through all that hurt, men trying to be hard, but deep down inside they've been rejected. By the time they get to a point where they can decide to get married, they don't want to even try it, because you done been through so many traumatic experiences. Like my situation was, I got divorced, and it was traumatic. And you know, once you have that bond with anyone and you sever it, it's gonna hurt. I don't care how hard you are, where you from. You could be from Bankhead. Yo, it's gonna hurt.
Especially when you got that time, you got time invested in that person. Time, money, and everything invested.
Well, exactly.
And
the most investing is the hope for what y'all building towards. And the kids, you know, with that. But then imagine your kids watching your parents argue all the time. By the time they get to a point where marriage is an option, you know what I'm saying?
I feel you on that one. A friend of mine said men can't take the things that women can as far as relationship. And I was like, it ain't that men can't, it's that men don't.
Oh, yeah,
you know, I think that we are more sensitive than women when it comes to heartbreak. We guard our hearts more than women. That's why we ain't with all the nonsense. Because you're not finna break my heart, period.
And with that being said, we gotta go to break.
Gotta go to break. We'll be back in a minute. And I just saw my comments pop up, so I'm gonna get to them when we get back, family.
You're listening and watching Talk Show Kings. We'll be back.
Swag.
Hi, I'm Chief Gary Sparks with the Douglasville Police Department. Today we want to give you some safety tips concerning traffic stops. Take a look.
So you look in your rear view mirror and see flashing blue lights. What do? Remain calm. Yield to the right and pull your vehicle over into an off-road area that is safe for both you and the officer. Put your car in park. Remove your foot from the brake and turn the radio off. Remain in your vehicle. Have your driver's license readily available for the officer. Keep your hands on the steering wheel, visible for the officer at all times. If you need to retrieve any items from the interior, explain what you're reaching for to the officer and avoid any sudden movements. Rolling the window down completely establishes a level of trust with the officer and allows for ease of interaction during the routine traffic stop. Be courteous and polite. Be cooperative and willing to follow the officer's instructions. During a routine traffic stop, the officer will return to his vehicle to run the tag and driver's license verification and complete a citation if one is necessary. Once the officer returns and approaches your vehicle, whether or not a citation or warning is issued, please remain calm, courteous, and cooperative. Sign the citation acknowledging you agree to appear in court, and do not dispute the citation with the officer. The officer will give you a court date to explain or defend your infraction.
Okay, ma'am. Like I told you, I did clock you at 51 in a 35 mile per hour speed zone. I did issue a citation, okay? This here is going to be your court date. I just need a signature from you stating that you received a copy of this citation, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Here's your driver license.
Thank you.
Along with a copy of the citation, okay? You have any questions or concerns for me?
No, sir.
Okay, well, you have a nice day, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Following these few simple steps will help ensure a safe interaction for both you and the officer.
I hope these few tips help you as it relates to dealing with law enforcement and traffic stops. Not only in traffic stops, but in all encounters with law enforcement. We hope that all our encounters are safe for the citizens as well as for our officers. Again, we want you to be safe, and if you have any problems with the Douglasville Police Department, don't hesitate to give us a call and make your concerns known. I would add that Georgia is a right to carry state, and we hope that if you are carrying, that on these traffic stops and all encounters, please let the officer know that you are carrying. This will ensure your safety and our officers' safety. Thank you, may God bless you, and may God keep our community safe. We are one.
Welcome to Burke's Jewelry. How may I help you?
We're looking for engagement rings.
We offer a wide selection. However, I believe we have just what you're looking for. Burke's Jeweler is your family's jeweler at 491 Flat Shoals Avenue Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia 30316 in East Atlanta Village.
Tail end of the show, but we're not going to go just yet. We still want to finish up on this topic, and it's an amazing topic, is why men are not married. Why won't they commit? Why aren't they committed into a serious relationship? And we want your opinion. We want you to be opinionated for these last 5 to 10 minutes. Please send us a text and let us know. Talk to us about it. Go ahead and read something, Doc.
Okay. Mika said, "True, I'm the same." Now, I'm thinking that's, saying that the parent were alcoholic and you're not that way. But I'm not sure. If you can elaborate on that for me, Mika, I'd appreciate it. Artie says, "I was married for 34 years. Yeah, you and Sue, man. She was a great woman. And I can only speak for myself, but I feel that if you marry the right person, you will benefit greatly from it. I had a great life partner, business partner, and someone who had my back no matter what." Yeah, Sue was a great woman, family. Donald Richardson says, "I've been married 10 years, and I was in love versus being and I love it versus being single. I was overqualified for a lot of women out there. I ain't mad at you, bro. For example, if I ask a lady how she feel about a business, and the answer is my business is all I do, and that's me, and that lets me know I was overqualified. Okay. Yes, that's my marriage, no kids around. I'm thinking that's when you were saying, no kids. Yeah. Donna Richards also said, those boys, real men will take care of his wife, and real women will take care of their hubby. I feel you on that. A real woman will take care of their husband. Emilia, thank you for watching. T. Davis, second. KJ back watching and rewatching. Okay, cool. Those are all the comments, bro.
Yeah, and they do make a lot of sense when you meet a woman and you know that she's going to take care of you and be your lifelong partner. You will know, and you'll know when a woman's just there to get whatever she can get out of you. And like Ray Charles said, hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. He meant that. So if you want to know hit the road, Jack type women, then marriage is not designed for you. You designed for the drive-by. And we all know what the drive-by is.
Tyree says, Kansas has no prospects. So you saying ain't no women in Kansas? Kansas just all dudes. Well, Kansas gonna die out pretty soon because there are no women.
And all dudes. Missouri?
No, he in Kansas.
Kansas City, Missouri.
No, he in Kansas. The state of Kansas. He's.
I know, but Kansas City, Missouri.
Kansas City, Missouri is in Missouri. He's in Kansas.
Okay, where's Kansas? I thought Kansas was Missouri.
No, there's more than one Kansas, bro. There's a state called Kansas. Y'all know that, right? There's a state called Missouri. There's a state called Kansas, right. And there's a state called Missouri. At least in Georgia public school. I'm just saying, you never heard of like Wichita, Kansas, Topeka, Kansas, places.
So he's up there with Dorothy.
He's in Wichita, Kansas. Lauren said, I like the crown. Thank you, Lauren. I'm trying. Big head. You got to get a big crown. Come on, that head. I ain't mad. I don't know. Hey, I got it on crooked too. Let me straighten up my crown. Yeah, but I know there are women up there. So don't front. Just because you haven't found anybody, to settle down with. I ain't mad at you. Plus, Tyree, you everywhere. I mean, they try to be funny. You in Kansas one week, Alabama the next, Atlanta the next. I mean, you all over the globe. Stop fronting. Okay, but on a serious note, I can't be serious because I'm still laughing thinking about you guys. I'm talking on break. Okay, marriage.
Right.
Marriage is not outdated. I think the idea of marriage can be great if two people are willing to stick with it.
Right.
Because if you think about it, if you really have a life partner and you two are working, then that helps with the financial status.
Yeah. Right.
If you have kids, then, okay, men don't technically bear kids, but, if the kid is yours and you're with the woman, that gives that kid a better life,
Yeah.
because your influence is on the child
anyway.
as well as hers. Yeah. And the child is going to think somewhat like you, so you'll understand them better than somebody else, in my opinion.
But a lot of these guys nowadays, they're scared to commit. That's just pretty much what it is, why they really don't want to get married.
Because a lot of times, if there are kids involved, not only do the man have to commit to the wife or the girlfriend, but he has to also commit to taking care of the kids too. Even if they are his, you still have that. That's a commitment that a lot of men are shying away from. Like you said, Doc, the fathers and the men of the days now, they ain't nothing like the fathers and men of the days.
I feel you on that one, but
nothing like it.
How can you not want to take care of your child? I can semi-understand you not wanting to take care of somebody else's kid. I can semi-understand that, but in my opinion, if you have love for that woman, then if she has kids, you have to love those kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, how can you be with a woman who has kids and say that, you're not going to have anything or you're not going to take care of those kids? To me, that's just unrealistic.
And you got guys out there that's just like that.
Exactly. And in my opinion, then, they should get with a woman with no kids because it's unfair.
The women have lowered their standards, so to speak.
Yeah.
Because used to, a lot of women would put up with a whole lot of stuff that they putting up with now just to have a man. And the way men are laying around now, laying around playing video games. As soon as the EBT card got money on him and that card, he'll go up and get me a beer and a honey bar.
Oh, beer and a honey bar.
And women are going.
Oh, wow.
Baby. Here you go, bring me some hot fried bait with them. They are going for it.
Let me get them car keys.
Absolutely, because they not setting themselves up on a high platform as a. And I mean no disrespect to no woman at all, but a lot of real women, and I say that, they'll put themselves on a platform where a man will have to come up to get to them. They don't step down to meet a man.
Mm-hmm.
If you want me, come up to my level. And when I met my wife, I had to go up to her level. I couldn't be peeking up there.
Yeah.
I had to really say, well, okay, now I'm a man that was at a certain age. And when a man gets a certain age, he started getting certain ailments. So your wife started becoming your caretaker, your nurse. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you stop thinking about a wife. You start thinking about who's gonna roll them feet, buddy.
Hey, you in Atlanta, so women be like, get on my level. You could never ever.
See, it used to be a time. Who that came out there? Shouted low, that shouted low.
That was Trillville.
Trillville. You could never ever.
If you want on my level, you got to keep pushing.
Nah, I feel you on that one. But I feel like they should be like that. Now,
you got to have teeth in your mouth.
I ain't saying that a woman shouldn't get with a guy who doesn't necessarily have the material things he has. He have ambition and drive, and he's trying. But somebody who sits around on a video game all day, really? I mean, seriously? Like a brother who's supposed to be at work and he there playing a video game, he calls in because he's playing a video game and smoking. That's what you want? That's who you want around your kids. What are they going to teach your child about responsibility? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that was so important. Like, I told my daughter, my oldest daughter, I was like, you got to understand that when I was in the military, you didn't know what I was doing, but I got dressed every day.
Right.
Got up and left the house. And I came back later in the day. You might not have known what I was doing, but you knew that what I was doing was providing for you. You knew that you had that house because of that. You knew that you ate and all that because of that. You saw that there was somebody responsible. And my ex did the same thing. I'm not, not knocking her by no stretch of imagination.
Right.
But they saw that responsibility. They knew that in order for them to eat, things had to be done. You know what I'm saying? Now, I play video games. I still play video games. All my bills are paid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to call in late for work because I'm playing a video game. I'm not going to miss an ounce of sleep. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
but you're not just gonna be sitting around playing games.
Exactly.
Well,
I ain't gonna smoke blunt.
I'm just saying that, but that's what these dudes are doing now.
Exactly.
Sitting around, you know what I'm saying, smoking blunts.
That's it.
Just play video games.
You go to work and
I wonder how you even afford. How you afford blunts? How you? I mean, marijuana ain't free. At least when I was little, how do you afford to smoke and you can't? And you ain't working.
It's called credit.
Okay, credit. Get your cranium crack on something. Hey, you go down on my block, down my credit. Okay, credit.
Give one on credit.
Exactly. Okay, credit. Yeah. Hey, no, bro. You don't want to owe no drug dealer no money.
For that time card, and I bet you know somebody that has a guy that's around the house every day, not working, not doing
anything. I know plenty of people back
dropping her off at work in her car.
I ain't gonna say no names, but I know plenty of people back in Maryland that pull that. Like,
I don't know anybody like that I know of. Now, I'm not saying somebody I know not like that.
So
I just don't know of.
Marry a woman?
Or why would a woman marry a dude?
That he's already getting everything he wants from her.
But then think about this too now. The subject was on men marrying women.
Right.
So we need to get back on to that point. Why would a man marry a woman? Because there are a lot of women out here who ain't faithful, ain't trying to be faithful. There's a lot of women out here who ain't ladylike. I don't want a woman who gonna be knuckling up trying to fight this, that, and the other. That ain't me. I mean, even if somebody jump on me, I want my woman to get in the car and lock the doors. I don't want my woman out there fighting because her beauty is everything to me. So, especially if I get to shooting, I don't want to shoot her on accident. But my point is, I want a ladylike woman. I want a feminine woman.
Yeah.
Like people was tripping that time we played the game and I picked Oprah. I mean not Oprah. I picked Whoopi Goldberg, and I was like, Whoopi will cook for me. And they was like, Whoopi ain't cooking nothing. I like, Whoopi, my woman, she gonna cook. Because I'm not gonna eat out all the time. I don't care. You know, if we had billions of dollars, I want my woman to cook for me sometime. You know, I'm not saying every day, but sometime I want my wife to cook for me. I want, you know, I want to massage on my wife. You know, I want a feminine woman. So if I ain't got that, then, you know, she ain't for me. I ain't mad at nobody who doing anything. I don't want a woman who gonna sit around burping and farting and shit all the time. That ain't me.
What if she walking around, Doc, with her pants sagging?
Her pants sagging, I'm trying to pull them down, but no, I ain't with that. I
And she got dreads.
Right.
I ain't necessarily gonna knock dreads, because I know some nice looking women with dreads.
And instead of you telling her, get in on that bed and lay down, she telling you to get in there.
Right.
But I can't even imagine that. But if my woman would say get in that bed and lay down, I'm like, all right, let's do this. Let's do this.
And then she calling you bro all day. Hey, bro.
Nah, bro, I ain't with it.
But
I can't do no. I ain't gay and I ain't with no masculine woman.
But you'll go to Miami. You'll see some of the women with 12 to the top, 12 to the bottom.
The goals?
Yeah, the goals.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at no, that's what I'm saying. I ain't mad at nobody who into that kind of stuff. If that's what you like, that's what you like. But that ain't what I like. You know, I ain't with it. All the neck rolling and the hair snapping and all that kind of shit. A woman in your face doing this shit here? No, bro. I can't see it.
But as far as cooking, times changed. You don't get the women who do macaroni and cheese from scratch.
Okay.
You get those who get
the ones in the box.
The ones in the box. And the microwave dinners. And
let's say she do microwave it or put it in a box or whatever. She's still cooking for me. You know what I'm saying?
But she's still out there. They
I mean,
definitely still out there.
And it's some out there who can do this, that, and the other.
You got to take your time
and find her. Exactly.
Yeah.
And men, just like women gotta have their standards, men gotta have their standards too.
Yeah.
And you don't drop below your standards.
Man, I was with one girl. She made me a bologna sandwich with the she still had the red the red string. I'm like, yo, you couldn't take the red string out. No mayonnaise, no cheese. I'm like, this relationship is not working out.
I feel you on that one. She gave the plastic and everything.
Yeah, with the plastic and everything.
Hey,
she gave you one of them county jail sandwiches.
I ain't ate no bologna in so long, it's ridiculous.
I'm sorry.
But she got to be able to fry my bologna, right? She got to know when to bubble up and flip it over.
Yeah, for real.
I ain't no bologna in a grill.
That's when you had to call her to the office and say, we going another route.
I feel
we'll make some time.
Hopefully she gonna have to. I mean,
downsizing.
I ain't got a problem if my woman can't cook when I meet her and she's trying, then, you know, helping her learn, because I cook very well myself. But I ain't with a woman who just gonna tell me she ain't cooking nothing. I ain't with no woman who tell me, you know, I don't cook and that's it. Okay, cool.
Home food.
Exactly. Hey, I know how to make reservations. No, you know how to make reservations. Then make them at your own house. Gotcha. Okay, Betty. Okay, Sheena. Yeah. Sheena, you need to lean on that door.
For some more Air Jordans? You the same? You that same one?
Air Jordans.
Air Jordans?
Oh.
You're not a young girl asking for Jordans. They'll ask you for that.
No.
No. Jordans.
My woman need to have dresses. My woman need to have that Victoria's Secret catalog. My woman need to, she need to be feminine, bruh, in all dimensions.
Not when they ask you for some Jordans and some now laters, you know they're young.
Yeah. Bruh, I ain't got no Legos, no silly putty, and I don't do all that.
I said some Jordans and some now laters.
I said, bro, I ain't no now laters in forever. Yeah, hey, if my kids, I do some now laters for them, but my woman, really?
Yeah, I want
Come
some
on, bro.
Jordans and some watermelon now laters.
Gotcha. Okay, little bit. Go ahead. Where your mom at? Let me go tell her to send her my way. We need to talk.
Absolutely.
But speaking of talking, episode of Talk Show King over, family.
Oh my God.
Thank y'all for joining us. We
so
greatly
much
appreciate you. Yeah, keep the comments coming. Family, we live on these comments. We want to talk to you, so holler at us all the time. Thank you for joining us. Your boy Doc, I'm out, baby girl. I ain't got nothing but love for you. Kenny Mo Sr., hey, Pops, you know you everything to me, bruh. I appreciate you. Regina Janice Schofield, I love you for giving me my humor, my comedy. Everything that's silly about me came from my mama. Thank you for smoking that weed when I was a kid. I love you.
Shout out to everybody that I know that's been watching and supporting me and everybody else. So yeah, and also shout out to WDRB Radio, iHeartRadio. So I'll catch y'all tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm here. Just want to give a shout out to Inferno Music Group and everybody here at Talk Show Kings. Love you.
And most important, we want to thank you, our live audience. Thank you for joining us each and every Sunday at 6:30 here on Talk Show Kings TV 1061, where we're having big fun. We thank you so much for tuning in. Last week, we got a phenomenal amount of ratings. This week, I know it can be the same, but if you tune in every week, we're going to give you excitement, fun, laughter, so that we can help these ratings go up. We most definitely want to thank our executive producer, Mr. Felix Washington, thank our engineer, Mr. Marcus. We would also like to thank our media representative, Ms. Shantae Barksdale, and also remember to go by Burt's Jewelers, Decatur, Flat Shoals Road.
Flat Shoals Road.
Get the jewelry that you need. If you missed him Valentine's Day, I'm quite sure she has a birthday or he has a birthday. Something's coming up where you can go over and visit Burt's Jewelers. But remember, you heard it right here on Talk Show Kings. I'm your host for tonight. I'm Minister Lundy, also King Lundy. I love you so much for supporting this show. Support black-owned businesses, and thank for a wonderful February, which was Black History Month. We're celebrating it well. I love you. Have a wonderful time. To my heart and soul, Natalie, to my family with one love, to these Talk Show Kings who I have a wonderful opportunity to sit with each and every Sunday. We love you. We'll see you again soon.
Big Wayne, turn high in the building. Oh, Dwayne Rhodes in the building.
Welcome to Burke's Jewelry. How may I help you?
We're looking for engagement rings.
We offer a wide selection. However, I believe we have just what you're looking for. Burke's Jeweler is your family's jeweler at 491 Flat Shoals Avenue Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia 30316 in East Atlanta Village.
TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.